They hit a ship where I believe four sailors died in 2000. So yeah, and just every little and the Hezbollah has been their surrogate army out there that's killing people. So and they gouge little girls' eyes out that want to wear makeup, and little boys that get on Twitter, they hang them. They throw homosexuals off of buildings. Women that get raped, they stone them to death. These people are archaic, man. They're demonic.
Sir, what do you say to MAGA voters who are concerned about what?
I get you.
The House goes on recess next week.
I can't hear you,
The
ma'am.
House goes on recess next week. You guys are done after Thursday with no DHS deal.
Right.
Is there any?
Well, that's on the Democrats. If they want to play ball, they can. Here we are in the middle of a national security issue, and they're shutting down DHS, which will shut down TSA, which has nothing to do with the other, because they don't want our agents wearing masks and having their names so they can be harassed and threatened, which they have been at over 1,000% increase. Secretary Holman told us that. Yes, ma'am.
I was just going to ask, what do you say to MAGA voters who are concerned right now about another forever war, about Americans who are dying overseas and are being told to expect more casualties?
I would say stay concerned. Be concerned, be vigilant, hold our feet to the fire, keep us honest on that issue.
Even when it comes to Trump's decisions on this?
Absolutely, ma'am. Nobody's above your reproach. Just don't tell the president I said that. I got you. I get you, and I'll get you next, ma'am. Go ahead, brother.
Senator Lindsey Graham is now calling for the U.S. to start bombing Lebanon in response to the Hezbollah IDF action.
Lindsey hadn't seen a fist fight he hasn't wanted to turn into a bombing raid, so I just take it with a grain of salt, dude. Yes, ma'am.
I wonder if you saw reports that
That's a good quote.
the next supreme leader has been chosen.
Do what?
Apparently, the next supreme leader of Iran, according to reports, has been chosen. It's the son of Khamenei. What does that signal to you?
I've seen a lot of that. I've also seen that they eliminated their about 40 of them in one hit. So I would be very cautious on what I believe. I mean, maybe they're going to elect him as the leader, but there's only 20 people that are going to follow him. You got to realize about less than 20% of the people of Iran are of the radical Islamic faith. Most of them are like y'all.
Congressman,
what was the tone of the meeting?
I thought it was very positive. I mean, of course, the Democrats were they were angry that some of them were angry that Secretary Rubio talked over 1 minute because they were only going to get a minute. I heard some saying, it's just the usual politics. They're for war under Obama and Clinton. They're not for any kind of conflict under Trump. So it's just pure politics.
We started discussing a renewed appropriations bill for the munitions gap.
Well, apparently we don't need it right now, is what they were saying. So,
Congressman, this is a different topic, but Congresswoman Nancy Mace has introduced a privilege resolution on sexual harassment or that might come Thursday. Do you support that idea of disclosing?
If it doesn't pass, then I want to bring it up in the Doge committee. Yeah, I have no tolerance for any kind of abuse like that, ma'am. Did somebody else? I didn't want to get anybody. Everybody good?
Why do Democrats say that the president needs authority to bomb Iran? But they
didn't say it under Obama or Clinton. Obama bombed 8 different countries, I believe.
Say it's an illegal and unjust war?
It's just politics. That's all it is, dude. They don't like Trump. I can't decide whether they hate Trump more than they hate the country. One of the two. I can't decide. They kind of go back and forth. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
On the vote that
Were you in a fraternity, dude? You look like a fraternity guy. You got that look.
Thank you. On the vote that Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie are forcing, how are you going to vote on that?
I don't support what they're moving forward with.
You're not going to force Congress to vote on war powers?
No.
I have a quick follow-up to when you were talking about Americans who are trying to get home from the Middle East, the scrambled depart now for 14 countries. Did officials give a sense of how many Americans are in those countries?
Yeah, I think it's less than 2,000 that we know of. That's what we're told in the area. So, but that could be. I could have misheard that.
Do you think the administration needs to be very proactive in getting those people out?
Oh, absolutely. I think they are. They set up a special bureau at the right before they started bombing.
Are they going to do an evacuation with U.S. planes?
I mean, you just have to get that from somebody else. How about that?
The fact that they did not
sorry.
get Americans out before this started. They signaled to Israel.
It would have signaled to the other
But
side.
they signaled to Israel on Friday. They authorized a departure for Israel to get Americans out of
Ma'am,
harm's
if you're in the
way.
Middle East or if you're in Mexico, I think you need to reevaluate. You've been watching too many dadgum movies because that is a volatile area. I wouldn't allow my daughter to cross the border. And I dig your Converse high tops, Chuck Taylors. I used to wear those all we could afford. Now it's a fashion statement, so digging that. Anybody else? We good?
I have one last one. Hi, Congressman.
Hey, girl, what's happening? Come on up. Oh, be careful.
Thanks.
Those
Hope
fancy
you're doing
shoes. I'm well.
well.
Except for all these reporters hassling me.
I know, right? Come on, guys.
It's all right.
I'm just curious, have intelligence officials briefed Congress at all on the possibility of Iranian sleeper cells here in America? Should U.S. citizens be concerned about retaliation within the U.S.?
I haven't personally, but I've been told by some. So, yeah, I mean, we had millions of people come over the border during the Biden administration that we don't know where they are. And, yeah, I'm worried about that. And I have been worried about that.